Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another unboxing video. Nice. And the fragrance we will be unboxing today is Dior's Bois D'Argent Cologne. So, I was alerted to this fragrance's availability by Spaced Out, a regular commenter on the channel, who also alerted me to the bottle of Dior Homme Intense, the original, from 2007, which I also bought. So, all credit to him. Or her. I believe it's a him. Thank you very much. You are a legend. I appreciate it greatly. And if there's anything I can ever do for you, please let us know. I already own a bottle of Bois D'Argent. So why have I bought another one? Well, if you have to ask that question, it's as if you don't know me at all. The version I bought, I think, is a 2014 or 2015, which is an eau de parfum. And that was after Francois Demachy became in-house perfumer for Dior. Bois D'Argent was originally released in 2004, and the perfumer was Annick Menardo. Dior released 3 fragrances as part of a new line. There was Bois D'Argent, there was Eau Noire, and there was Cologne Blanche. I believe Francis Kurkdjian did, I know that he did Eau Noire, but I believe that he did Cologne Blanche as well. But Annick Menardo made Bois D'Argent. So, when they were released as colognes, eau de colognes, as it says right there, cologne. And if you look on the bottom, it says nothing of the sort. I beg your pardon. But it does say cologne. These were eau de colognes when they were released. And then in about 2010, Francois Demachy started releasing things like Mitza, and he started adding to the line with things like Oud Ispahan, with things like Leather Oud, Patchouli Imperial, and over time the line grew and grew and grew. I was always told by sales reps there would only ever be 12, and that they would, like, if they got rid of some of them, they would replace them with other ones. But there would be no more than 12. We know this to be wrong now. There are much more than 12. In his later years at Dior, Francois Demachy was just putting out release after release, and they smelled tragic. It was pretty sad. There was no rhyme nor reason to them, and they were of a low standard creatively. He was just putting things out. It's totally pointless. But what was worse, and what really turned me against Francois Demachy, and Dior actually, because they're not innocent, was, excuse me whilst I hydrate, was in 2017 when they rebranded the line and they had a massive reformulation process. Francois Demachy said that he authored Bois D'Argent. It was a new release, is what they called it. They said it was a new release from Dior, and that Francois Demachy was the perfumer. That's plagiarism. It's as simple as that. It was the same fragrance. It was just a reformulation, and they'd renamed the line, not even the perfume. They hadn't even bothered to rename the perfume. They'd renamed the line. It was disgraceful. I was absolutely outraged and still remain outraged. I would love to know what they were thinking. Not that it matters, because what they ended up doing was, well, plagiarism. It was scandalous. Annick Minardo made this. So I have my bottle from before that reformulation. They were very much watered down and changed. Leather Oud was, after the reformulation, said to have a wet sand note in it. And when you smelled it, that came forward, and that they had changed the perfumes. But anyway, I'm going on a rant. This is just to give some context to why I decided to buy this. So if you remember, the 3 original releases were Bois D'Argent, Cologne Blanche, and Eau Noir, and they came in cologne form. The one I bought, and the one I owned before this, is an eau de parfum from when Demaché reformulated them in 2010. Okay? This bottle I have here is one of the originals. This is one that was released between 2004 and 2010. In fact, I think it's a 2009 bottle. But it's before Demaché got his hands on it. Also the price. I paid £150 for this. That's cheaper than what it goes for in the shops now, and it's a 250ml bottle. Absolute bargain. Had to wait a week for it in the post because of the postal strikes. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, I'm getting excited. But it's here now, and I'm going to unbox it. There are some small differences. Excuse me. As you will see. So, here's the box. It's very similar. The bottles were designed by Heidi Slimane. There we go. The boxes are still, they've got the little coated insert there. And there's the box for you. It says Cologne. It also has the fabled separated CD. That's what you want when you're looking for Dior fragrances. They're older versions. Anyway, less of that. Here we are. One of the main things about these is that they did not come with sprayers. Like, they did come with sprayers, but the sprayers came separately. This is the old form. So these are like Serge Lutens. And they do remind us a little bit of Serge Lutens in the design of the bottle. Obviously, it's not square, but there are similarities. There's a tall stalk here, as there is. I'll get my Santal Majuscule and show you. Very plain label. Stalk, separate atomizer, you know. So, oh, excuse me. Very stripped back, very refined, very nice, very classy. Really enjoy it, really like it. So what you have to do is, we must, excuse me, screw the top off, as it's a splash. That is a dangerously large hole at the top. But we attach the atomizer. Unfortunately for us, this cap will not go back on. So storing this is going to be a bit of a cow, you know. There we go. But that's how it looks. Ah, there's your CD cap. This bottle, now I've got the lid on properly, is 9Y01. Parfums Christian Dior. It doesn't say the concentration apart from on the bottle, apart from on the label where it says cologne. I'm going to do a comparison video. I just wanted to unbox this and get my thoughts. I actually made this my scent of the day, and this does not perform like an eau de cologne. This has been pushing like you wouldn't believe. There we go. Oh, it's absolutely amazing. It's crisp, it's sharp, it's taut. It's very intricate. It's one of Annick Minado's best. Annick Minado's a brilliant perfumer. And this is one of her best, if not her best. She's made a lot of perfumes. I think Ramsey's done a perfumer's portfolio on Annick Minado. I'm not sure, but I think he has. I will read you the notes as according to Fragrantica. At the top, there is iris, cypress, and juniper berry. So it's a little green, a little powdery. Middle notes are myrrh and patchouli. And the base notes are fucking woodsy notes, which does my head in. Honey, vanilla, amber, resins, musk, and leather. In this, I get that greenness at the top. It's not fizzy. The juniper berry is very subtle, but it's not fizzy, but it is there, and it gives it this kind of sharpness, this kind of... It gives it this kind of... what's it like? Fresh. It makes it a little fresher. I'm noticing very subtle differences. It's not hugely different. Don't get us wrong. It's not hugely different to the bottle that I've got, which is also different to the one that's out now. I think I've got one of those miniatures from Dior. But I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to try and get one and do a Bois D'Argent through the years sort of thing, you know, from the original to the reformulation to the second reformulation. Very irisy, but the difference between this, the main difference I'm picking up is the myrrh is much stronger in this than it is in the later formulations. There's a little bit of honey, which is prevalent as well. Gives it like this sweetness, but it's not like a sweet, sweet honey. It's not sugar honey. A little bit animalic, just a touch. It gives it a kind of depth. There's vanilla. I get the vanilla. And the resins and the amber. It really is very true to form for Annick Minado. If you've smelled a lot of her stuff, she did Jaipur Pour Homme, and it feels like I can sense Boucheron Jaipur. I feel like I can sense the beginnings of Bois d'Argent in that. You know, that's much more benzoine and vanillic. This is more irisy and myrrh, but it's a theme. You can feel like it's there, you know. Anyway, I'm glad you have watched this video. This is an absolute pleasure that I've managed to get a hold of this. I'm really, really happy. I would love to get a hold of the original Eau Noir, even though I own loads of it already. But I would love to get a hold of the original Eau Noir, and I would love to get a hold of the original Cologne Blanche, but I'm less bothered about that one because I don't really care for it, to be honest. Almond, I'm not big on almonds, but not to worry. Thank you for joining me today for this unboxing. It wasn't as quick as I was hoping, but here we are. I'll be talking about this at length soon enough, though. fear not, you will see this again. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I will see you all again soon. Bye.